we're back.
New Year.
It's been a while, Eric.
It's been a couple weeks.
It's been a while, but we're back. We're refreshed in a whole new year with tons to catch up on.
Tons. A lot happened since we've been gone.
Yeah, and I'm glad we took the break because there's a lot we can catch up on and slowly, rebuild on before we hop onto some new topics. So let's get into, the usual. We have our sports. We have some going on in the finance, crypto world.
We have some breaking news of some terrorist attacks that happened over the last
political
weeks.
news. We have all-around news throughout the country. Lot to throw on break. Let's start it off simple. Get in with the usual. Let's get into our sports. Get into what we know best, and then we'll go on further from there. Eric, bring us in. We've had a lot of football throughout the last few weeks. We'll get into the Lions last with a great win, but bring me in. Some of these big divisional games that happened throughout the week. Did you expect it? Did you not expect it? Did you expect the Broncos to just completely shit on the Kansas City? Did you expect Cincinnati to be able to hold on and be I forget who they beat, New Orleans and Saints?
They went on a 5-game winning streak. It was
Saints and Buccaneers had a really close game. Panthers have nothing to gain and were playing like they had everything on the line against the Falcons. It was crazy.
So a lot went on, even in the college industry too. So we saw Michigan beat Alabama for the second time this season. No one was expecting that to happen.
Absolutely not.
That was in, I believe, Peach Bowl. Could be wrong. They named the bowl game so weird.
Yeah,
nowadays.
it might be the Peach Bowl, but
we only care about the Rose Bowl.
We had Oregon lose to Ohio State, which was insane.
Insane game.
Who was Arizona State playing?
Arizona State played
Texas.
Texas, yep.
They played Texas.
Got killed.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say killed, but they played.
They played really good.
Yeah,
football.
Cam Scabadoo, I believe his name is. He's absolutely fucking
He went crazy, man. He's going to get drafted really high.
A lot of people don't think so. A lot of people don't even think he'll be in the top 32.
We'll see. We'll see.
I think
no
so
one
too.
was projecting Gibbs to go number 12.
Or Terrion Arnold. Terrion Arnold was one of the last projected corners to go.
Right. Which we'll talk a little bit here more about the Lions and what's going on with Terrion Arnold as well. So college football, I think we're coming to an end on that next following weekend. I'm actually not sure who's playing who in the big college football championship. I think Ohio State is advancing. And then I know Georgia lost to Notre Dame.
Yep.
I don't know if you saw that game.
I didn't watch it, but I saw that.
Georgia was...
They were lacking and slacking.
Notre Dame was the underdogs going into the game. No one thought Notre Dame was
that they would even compete. Well, Penn State's moving on, too.
Penn State's moving on.
They're sick.
You want my prediction?
Yeah.
Notre Dame versus Ohio State.
For the Rose Bowl?
For the college football championship.
That's the Orange Bowl?
Yeah. Notre Dame wins.
Interesting. So yeah, if Ohio couldn't keep up with Michigan, Notre Dame's got some plays up their sleeve. I've been watching some of their clips that they had going around, and they had some crazy shit. I forgot. I think it was Notre Dame that they literally have a play where they had all 11 men out in the field, and they will call something like reverse, and all 11 men, 10 technically besides the center, gets up and literally gets off the field, and 10 new men come out in the field.
I haven't seen that, but that sounds like something Notre Dame would do.
It was a crazy trick play, and because they played Georgia, you said, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so I think it was Notre Dame. So I'll have to find the clip, but there was this crazy play, and it's just literally on and off the field, and then they snap it, and they didn't even know how to react to it.
Chicago Bears.
Wow. Yeah, that was a huge upset.
That was the first time they beat Green Bay in, I think, 11 years.
Yeah, and then I think they beat their, 10-game losing streak or something like that?
Correct, yeah. 10, maybe 7. I don't know if it
got
to 10.
Streak.
It was a long losing streak.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me get your opinion on this. Do you think Caleb Williams is a better quarterback than Justin Fields was last year? Because they traded away Justin Fields because he wasn't any good, but they went, I think, 7 and fucking 8 last year.
I mean, I don't know, because I didn't really watch Justin Fields like that, to be honest, so I can't really compare it, but it's hit or miss. Everyone says that it's not Caleb Williams, that it's the team. I beg to differ. I think he's got a pretty decent team. He's got some decent receivers. They just have to really get it together and work as a unit. I don't know. That's a tough one for me to say. I think a good one to question is what's been going on at Who is it? It's fuck. Who's been going through their quarterbacks like crazy right now? Fuck. Was it New Orleans that's going through quarterbacks like crazy?
New Orleans going through quarterbacks like crazy.
Or is it Dallas?
I know Dallas is going through quarterbacks like crazy. They just sat Cooper Rush last weekend because
Cooper Rush,
of the
he's been playing pretty well.
$500,000 incentive.
Yeah.
Supposedly Jerry didn't know anything about the $500,000 incentive.
Well, it's not like he's the one that writes them.
But 30 seconds later, he was able to tell the media about the incentives he's already been paid this year. So he claims it wasn't a business decision like that.
Himself.
Correct.
Yeah.
But it just proves to show Jerry's the worst GM football history.
And on the other hand, you see some other teams. The Buccaneers were killing New Orleans. I don't want to say killing them, but they
not at first.
Yeah, not at first, but they came around in the last few minutes, and they were up, I believe, a touchdown, maybe a little bit more in the last 30 seconds, and Mike Evans was
They gave him
he was 8 yards away from his incentive, and they threw it to him on the last play with like 35 seconds left. Really risky play, but it worked out. Thank God he caught it. He got $3 million from it. Insane. You know, a lot of people hit their incentives. You had Cortland Sutton from Denver Broncos. He hit his. Yep. Bucky Irving got his.
Correct. Mike Evans hit his.
Yeah, Mike Evans. Who is the Geno Smith hit his. He's a quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks.
Someone else hit theirs too.
J-Mo made it to the 1,000-yard
J-Mo
game.
hit his. Yeah, I was gonna say someone on the Lions hit theirs.
He made it to the 1,000-yard club.
Which that was his incentive to make it to 1,000 yards.
Gibbs did not get his 33.5 passing yards that he needed.
Oh, he got his 160 rushing.
Well,
yards,
no, that was no incentive.
I know, but
he is. But right now, he is the highest scoring player in the NFL in the league right now. He holds a Lions record with most scores in a game and then most scores in a record.
19 this year.
20.
20, yeah. So.
What do you think it's going to end at?
Well, the regular season's over, so I want to say it ends at probably 20. Well, all right. So David Montgomery's coming back this week, and they just confirmed that this morning. I want to say probably 24. Okay. I don't think they're going to play David Montgomery as much as people wish they're going to, but
absolutely.
I mean, we still need him ready for next season, which is only 7 or 8 months away.
Yeah, there's no reason to push it like that.
No.
But we're already talking about the Lions. Let's get into it. That was a beautiful fucking game that no one expected. No
it's been a
bets
beautiful
hit.
2 games actually. These people weren't here when we versed 49ers either.
Well, that was a close game.
Close game, yeah, it was.
It was a close game.
We came in and we showed them like.
No, but that's when our defense that was the true Lions moment, right? Like there was no defense; it was all offense. And this game against the Vikings last week was the complete opposite.
And the same people played.
Besides 2 for the defense.
Alexander Zaloni came back.
Yeah.
Who's the other?
Well, then they had Meek Robinson. He's not a main guy.
But he's been playing though.
Yeah, but he's not a main back.
He doesn't play that position usually.
He's not a main back. He's not a main cornerback.
He's something else.
He's usually just a slot safety or a free safety.
Right. And he swaps in and out with Kirby.
Mm-hmm.
And he was Melifonu's. When Melifonwu was out the whole season, that's who was playing with Kirby.
It's crazy because he came into the locker room and he was like, Coach, I got a suggestion. Let's hear it. Just FYI, I used to, play with Justin Jefferson in high school, and I think he still plays the same way he always has. College, football, high school, he's never changed. And if there's just little things I know about him that I think I can take advantage of. And he completely showed that there was 2 receptions that went 2 for 7. He had 1 deflected pass. It was 40 yards allowed.
18.
Yeah. I know it was 40.
Justin Jefferson only got 18 yards.
Are you sure?
Game ball at the end of I remember his speech.
Because they just
Dan Campbell said he went 3 for 8, 18 yards.
Check that for me, because I saw something completely different.
We'll check it and we'll put it up there. Told him his whole career he got cut from his last team. They told him he was too short.
Yeah, right. He's not gonna be able to do shit. You know, and Justin Jefferson's what, 6'4", 6'5"?
That man, the way I'd like to see him play more in cornerback position.
Absolutely, or at least try to. There was a couple plays he did get burnt on, I will say, but overall to hold it down with Justin Jefferson, yeah, right. Exactly.
Didn't matter.
To hold it down with Justin Jefferson, it was big.
Justin Jefferson's stats against the Lions, he hasn't had a game under 100 yards yet and to hold them to 18 or even 40,
right, whatever it is,
it's insane for someone who doesn't play a quarterback position.
It's nuts, and especially for a unfit defense, unhealthy defense, uncoordinated defense.
If they can keep playing the way they did versus the Vikings,
and keep getting healthier and healthier, oh man,
Alex,
I don't think there's anyone
that
can
Super
stop
Bowl
us.
parade's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, nuts. That's I don't want to get myself too ahead of it and start thinking of anything because we've already been here before. NFC champions, second time in a row. So,
We haven't had the first seed yet, though.
Right. But
did you hear that stat they said at the beginning of last year?
15-2, first seed, and then division champs.
And they said 55% of the time, who ends up in the Super Bowl are the first seeds.
Oh wow.
They said 5th seed ends up in the Super Bowl 7% of the time.
Yep. Right now, Lions is the number one projected bet for Super Bowl.
I want to see a Lions-Bills Super Bowl.
Oh, that'd be so lit.
Fucking crazy. I wouldn't even care who won.
I
I want the Lions to win,
right.
but either way, it'd be a
But it would be a shootout.
Shootout and a half.
I feel like we'd still have a parade just for going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, just for going.
The Dan Campbell parade.
Yeah, literally. Or a Lions parade, yeah.
They need to build that statue.
They will after this season.
He needs a statue.
Absolutely. Him chewing the gum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally. But what else happened in the sports world recently?
Sports world. Well, we could talk about what's going on with Fox News.
We're gonna get there in a second. Anything else player related, anything like that.
So player related. Terrion Arnold went down versus the Vikings.
He's looks like he's in good shape right now.
Looks like he's in good shape.
He's got a boot on.
Lions came out today and said he's day to day right now.
Yeah, he's got a boot on.
But
we have Tyreek Hill that came out and said that he wants nothing to do with the Dolphins
anymore. He quit
anymore.
playing in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and everyone's throwing him a lot of shade because they're like, you were talking a lot of shit, and now when you don't have Patrick Mahomes throwing you the ball, you run your mouth the other way. You know, and just because.
I mean, he's the one who wanted to go to Miami because they were paying him $6 million more or whatever.
And that's the crazy thing is that they looked at his stats, and his stats have dropped, in half.
Yeah, he barely catches the ball. He barely has any touchdowns, even though he's almost at 1,000 yards this year.
But he's far. He should every year around this time. No, he's done for the year, so it was below 1,000 yards. And I think that was just. They compared him right now because I think he's been in the league for 6 years. They're comparing him right now to his rookie year, which was his worst year. So I don't know what that kind of tells you about someone who's the cheetah.
Maybe they'll go back to KC.
I don't think they'll want him. Unless they get rid of DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins has been doing shit. Fucking scrub. No bet list.
Oh man, he just came in clutch a couple of times for me.
Yeah, no bet list. But besides the point, we'll get into FS1, Fox Sports 1. We got not local, but we got breaking, speculations coming out right now, supposedly. Who are the names again? Do you have the names by chance?
Joy Taylor, Skip Bayless, and then the co-host of the show Joy Taylor's on. Emmanuel, I want to say his name was.
Something. But yeah, there's a bunch of guys that are around FS1 that are right now having rumors and speculations coming out of them giving up and offering a lot of money for sex or for hush money for not taking the sex. And some people are going crazy for it, saying that this actually happened. There's a hairdresser that worked on the scene, and she was the one that's saying that she got offered.
She's the one that filed the lawsuit.
Yeah, she got offered $1.5 million to have. That's it's not confirmed on what she was offered. Everyone's speculating that it was just for sex, and that's what the kind of question kind of raises. Yeah, was it $1.5 million for you to be my sugar mama for a certain amount of time? As long as you work here at Fox, whenever I want some shit, you're gonna make it happen, or is it $1.5 million for a one-time deed? And a lot of people are saying if it's the one-time deed,
that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money, Eric. This old man's gonna last 6 minutes, 10 minutes. He'll pop a fucking blue pill, a fucking blue chew, and he's done.
A heart attack.
You're right, And so to each their own, obviously, but crazy to say that was the rumored speculation that's out right now. Crazy to see that all the other speculations that are coming behind is that who was the guy who supposedly had sex with the co-host for her to build a bigger career for herself?
Charlie Dixon.
That's Charlie.
He's the I don't know what he is.
I'll have to double check the names and
He runs
everything.
Fox Sports One.
Oh, he runs the digital entertainment.
He's
on
like
it.
the one who decides who goes on what show.
Mm-hmm.
He can pull strings behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
Like
and so apparently, she got busy with him, and ever since then, her career has been blowing up at Fox Sports One. So it's all speculations. It does kind of look coincidental on how some things lined up. Who was the one? Because Eric knows this way better than I do. I know the little questions about it. I just remember little things like who was the one that told her the hairdresser to go sue, and then she ended up suing him too.
Skip Bayless.
Skip seems like the one who's in the deepest shit right now.
Yes and no. Apparently they're going after Joy Taylor and the other co-hosts pretty hard right now because they're both married.
Yeah, and then they were caught for having affairs.
Yeah. And Skip Bayless is married as well.
So long story short, what do you think of all this? Because it sounds like a bunch of old men just being old men, being some fucking creeps with some money.
What did Shannon Sharp say yesterday? Ain't got nothing to do with me, so I can't comment on it.
That's a great response, Eric. That's a great response.
But no, what do I think of it? 1.5 million. That's a lot of freaking money for a one-time deal.
Does this go anywhere?
Yes. Just because it seems like
they're all kind of going down together.
Yes and no. It seems like that's the course over the last year. Of all these people getting sued.
All the skeletons coming out the closet.
All the skeletons coming out the closet. She said this happened a couple years back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could think it's true. She quit her job after it happened. Yeah, I think it goes somewhere. This never happened really in this Fox Sports entertainment.
Well, no, it's definitely happened. It's just never been this big or publicized.
Right, like it's never made it to the mainstream media of someone getting sued over it. And once it hits mainstream media, it's hard to cover it up, especially people you watch every day on the sports show. Especially because if you saw their faces yesterday during the show, they look like they knew some shit was about to go down.
One more thing I want to mention on sports before we hop out of here. DraftKings, probably the biggest sports book right now in the nation, is offering a subscription service to their bettors. It's going to be $20 a month, where it guarantees you a certain amount of profit boost.
Depends on the state.
Right, it'll depend on the state because that's I was going to get into that. It's more lucratively set up for DraftKings in tax purposes. Yeah. Because it's, like Eric said, to each state you're going to be getting a certain amount of boosts and benefits to balance out the taxes that they're going to have to pay on your winnings or your losses.
One of them is given like 100%.
That's to like Michigan and shit like that, where there's just really low taxes on it. Or high tax. I'm sorry.
I think it's like California or something. They're paying 100% profit. We're not going to be a part of it.
You don't think so?
No, because we don't have high tax on gambling. Some states have like 50% taxes.
That's Vegas and all that.
Ours is same as.
Interesting, but so they're going to be offering that, and I wonder how many people are actually going to jump for it because that $20 is not going to be taxable.
This is DraftKings.
A lot of people. I love DraftKings.
You know what I realized? Some of these apps are big in Michigan, but like on the East Coast or West Coast.
Well, because they have their own.
Yeah.
You got to remember they're going through their own casinos or whatever. Like a lot of people use Hard Rock, or a lot of people that are in like Texas or Florida or West Coast are all using Prize Picks. Yeah.
That app is so dumb.
Yeah, I mean.
Remember when we could use it here though for a little bit before it got banned?
I kind of fucked with it because all it is over under.
Yeah, but always got fucked.
Because you always thought people would go over.
Yeah.
You gotta go over under.
I don't like how it pays out.
Because it's based on like the multiplier.
You get 5 of them, you get $20. You get 3 of them, you get 5. You get 1 of them, you get nothing. It's like,
I don't know. For all the times you get 4 out of 5 legs, you would rather get nothing than something.
Well, yeah, because the nothing's like $1.13, but the 5th one hits it's like $5,000. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's still profit.
Yeah, sure.
Still profit. Well,
I don't know. Prize Picks was weird to me. I never liked it. I don't trust any of them that a lot of YouTubers support or promote.
But yet you were all over Roulette.
Well, that was different times, different times. FanDuel wasn't a thing. I wasn't legally able to gamble on FanDuel. I wasn't 21 when we were doing that.
Fuck yeah.
But Roulette went crazy back then. You know what my favorite one? We're gonna get off topic a little bit. You can win where you won like bags. You can win shoes.
Oh, well, that was the
mystery boxes.
Yeah, that was Hype Box.
Yeah.
I have a buddy who's won 2 Rolexes off of that.
That's crazy. I'm gonna have to start playing it again.
Insane. No, dude, I'm telling you, it's just people's IP. That's what it really comes down to, like their location.
We'll go to Mama's. That's where I won the bag at.
So let's get back to public news. You know, everything that's going on. I want to say my condolences to everyone in New Orleans, and then also on top of the condolences to anyone who got injured in Vegas because of the car bombing.
Yep.
We had 2 major tragedies that happened on New Year's Eve and then New Year's Day, hours apart.
That's what I'm saying. Hours apart.
Okay, almost half a day apart.
I think they were the same day.
No, because the New Orleans one was at 9 o'clock at night.
I thought it was at 4 a.m. in the morning.
No. So they wouldn't be that busy because there's bars still open and everything.
Oh.
So 9 p.m. at night, and then the Tesla blew up at 7:30 or 8:30 in the morning in Vegas. And both cars were EVs, rentals from Turo. Both guys came from halfway across the country. The guy who blew up his car in front of Trump Towers, the Cybertruck, that he came from all the way from Colorado and made his way all the way to Vegas. And then the
ex-military too.
Yeah, he's an ex-Green Beret. Yep. And the guy who's also ex-military and real estate agent who came all the way from Texas, he also came.
Hey man, the market's tough right now. Leave him alone.
Yeah. And so what are you saying, Eric? You got some plan too? Is that what we should know?
No, I'm not in real estate.
Oh, so what were you doing down in Allen Park or wherever you were at last week? Helping someone get a house listed.
Yeah, no, I wasn't me. I was introducing 2 people. Check my ID.
Yeah, they'll see your names on the
Long
commission.
story short is
that we've got crazy shit happening.
My man drove halfway across the world.
Yeah, they both did.
To do some fucked up shit.
Yep, and now it's all coming back that this was definitely not a one-man job. This was definitely an act of terror.
So they've tried to confirm it, or they've tried to link these 2 together. Have they officially linked these 2 together?
Yes and no. Okay. They won't officially say that they're connected, but they do know each other, and they have met. No, they've met each other. No, they've met each other before this. They came out of the same camp together.
No, I'm saying the crimes have similar patterns, right?
Not really.
Because they both involve vehicle.
No, but that's one was using one as a message, and one was using one as like act of violence to get a message to someone else. Because the Green Beret, the guy who blew up his car, when you're a military expertise like that, you know, and especially in a car that's claimed to be bulletproof, you would know, or at least think, not to load the car with fireworks, right? Because it's not going to really blow up, right? Especially with the trunk closed and everything, it's not going to really do anything. And especially if you wanted to blow that car up and make as much damage as possible, you would have loaded it with real Army explosives, where it could have leveled the whole fucking hotel just from right there.
Right. He
didn't. The other guy was doing it for ISIS. He came in full speed, killed as many. No, that's confirmed now. That is confirmed now. He came in full speed with a flag, or came in full speed in his truck. Tried to kill as many people as possible, and as soon as everyone came to his truck to come help him, there was maybe 4 or 5 people. He swung the door open and started shooting as many people as he could, as fast as he could. So it's 2 complete different motives, to be honest. That's the thing here.
I got a generic fucking question.
I'll have a really good question for you in a second. But go ahead.
This happened on Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
Right? Or Canal Street, right at Bourbon, right? Where all the fucking bars are.
Yeah, it's one of the busiest streets, yes.
Okay.
How do they not have roadblocks? How do they not
Why
have
are you able to drive through this area?
That's a great question. And you know what's even more ironic is that they've had...
They're trying to make Greek Town where you can't even fucking drive through it.
This is now the 6th time they've had an accident in 2024 with a car and driving through crowds. That was the 6th time that it was a national problem.
Yeah, and they're about to have the Super Bowl there in T-minus 20 some days.
Yeah, so that's what people are really tripping about. What I want to get into a little bit is, I definitely think that this guy that did the shooting in New Orleans was a complete radicalist, and that was his clear motive. What I don't understand is what happened with this guy, the Green Beret in Vegas. They made it very clear that his body was burnt to further recognition. So they cannot identify the body until they get a dental report. But ironically, inside the car was his Desert Eagle that was half melted, his government issued badge, and his passport that were still in full tact and legible.
I thought they ID'd him already too.
They did by his dentals.
Okay.
But that's my whole point here, is that how does a body and a gun burn to unrecognizable remains, but your passport and your fucking government badge that's covered in plastic and paper is still remainable and legible? For people that legible, it means it's fully readable. You know, you can look. It's not like a guessing game on whose ID this is. It was
passport.
Perfect. Just burns.
Alright, I might be fucking crazy, but I think
Your passport's not fireproof.
They're not?
No. Your passport's not fireproof. It has a very thick material to it that's a lot harder to burn, but in a closed... Eric, if you burnt to the bones, your passport should too.
Hey.
If your gun is half melted.
I understand what you're saying.
You know, so I don't think that was him. I don't think that... I don't know, Eric. It's very interesting because I'll get a little off topic here, but there was a big YouTuber. I forget his name. I'll have to pop it up once. I'll do the research after. Very known for getting ex-Navy SEALs, Green Berets, all this onto his podcast, you know. And he's been on Joe Rogan's podcast before. It's this bald guy. He had one guy come on who said that he got an email from that Green Beret who blew up the Cybertruck and didn't really think anything of it until after all the actions happened because of how much the email lined up. He said how the government's watching him, how he's going to be doing something that is going to get the government's attention. He's trying to escape to Mexico, but the FBI is tailing him, and he's not going to be able to escape. And it's just like all these like little like random things that are just like, you look at it like, imagine I tell you like, hey Eric, the lottery numbers mean this, and that, and you don't think anything of it. The numbers hit. The first thing you're doing is come to my house and say, okay, what's the numbers for tomorrow? That's kind of how it felt in this kind of moment. Because he's telling him exactly everything that's going to happen. And he's like, dude, none of this shit's going to happen. And then a week later, all that shit happens because he's the one that fucking did it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, very uneasy times right now in America. I think this is peak of... like deviation. You know, what I mean by deviation, I think it's a big way of distracting and rewiring kind of the human brain, you know, kind of thinking, because like I was talking to my distributor in Japan, they have no news reports in Japan of what happened in New Orleans. They have every news report of what happened in Vegas, but they have no reports of what happened in New Orleans. And ironically, New Orleans happened first. He has TikTok, he's on Twitter, he's on Instagram, he hasn't seen a thing. But all he's seen is that Tesla Cybertruck blowing up. So I think this is very interesting right now in how different messages are spread throughout different parts of the world and what the message is. Same thing, like, you know, I have Russian TV at home. Like, that's how my mom watches the Russian news and her concerts and shit like that. The stories you hear of what's happening throughout Ukraine and Russia and the negotiations are way different. You know, in the Russian news, they made it so quick and clear that Trump, I don't know if you saw this, Trump went to Putin and said, hey, I have a very good treaty initiation right here for you. Let's get it started before I'm even in office. It will create complete peace and will stop the war between you guys and Ukraine. America advertised it as, you know, Putin was not really a favor of it. He's not really interested. In Russia, they said, right to Trump, go fuck yourself. If you think I'm signing shit that's going to stop shit, go fuck yourself. I don't know what you think you are, what kind of relationship you think we have. Don't get in between us and Ukraine. You stay worrying about Israel and you know, Mexico and China. That's your problem. We got Ukraine on lock. Unless you have a way for me to get Ukraine, I don't want to hear it. That's simple. And so it's kind of crazy on how like the kind of perspectives you hear of it from the sides of it. Anything else you got for us that's happening? You know, big breaking news recently. Anything that I missed on that I didn't touch on?
No.
Nothing.
You did a good job.
I tried to. This is my favorite part.
You did a great job.
This is my favorite one. And then we also got right now, last touch base, we had Trump just have a conference, I believe it was, at Mar-a-Lago,
yep.
And they were discussing about how Justin Trudeau just stepped down. He is no longer going to, or he resigned. He's no longer going to be the Prime Minister or President?
Prime Minister.
Prime Minister of Canada. Thank God. I love that. You know, it's going to help business a lot. I think hopefully these tariffs should go away and should no longer be in act. But it's ironic that he was also asked about all the hostages that are being held in the Middle East right now with Hamas, all the stuff that's happening in Gaza with Israel and all that. I quote the words that Trump said is, all hell will break out if the hostages aren't released before I am in office. And that will be for the whole world, he said, that all hell will break loose. And me and you were listening to it before we started this. He had a stern, serious voice to him. It did not seem like he was bluffing, and that's a serious call right there. That's because at the point, I don't mean to sound radical, but what does the Middle East have to lose, right? So at this point, why not just say try me? At this point, right? What's the worst you're gonna do? That's why I don't mean to sound radical.
I don't follow this though. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't mean to sound radical, but that's kind of how I just look at it. Because it gets to the point of you get pushed in so many corners, and it's you finally want to fight back. And it seems like this is the time where a lot of our opposing countries that we stand with are kind of doing what they want more of now. You see a lot more of China having a lot more of AI run the country, a lot more of the social credit score that determines if you're a good person or a bad person. They have everything in Europe that you got to get all these immunizations, you have to have these shots, you have to have this, and that if you want to be a part of life. Everyone's kind of just doing their own thing, and America's kind of trying to step in and well, how about this and how about that? I think after it gets to a point where no, this is my country. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. Come try me then. I don't want that, but I think that's what it gets to a point, because that's America's whole image, is that you'll never come to America and try us.
No, they won't make it.
You'll right. So I think some people are kind of trying to have that same mentality and energy now as well.
It's either you a big dog.
Yeah, you're right. Or you're my dog. It's either you're a big dog or you're my dog.
The U.S. been running shit for a long time.
Not in the right way though, sadly. But it's getting the job done.
It don't gotta be the right way.
No, it's getting the job done. Right. Let's hop into a little bit of the crypto market right now, Eric. Tell me, bring me in a little bit.
Let's go.
You've seen over the last, I would say, month, we're having a dip, I'd say.
Maybe last couple days have been better.
Yeah, well, it's dipping again today.
I haven't checked today.
10% dip today.
Has it? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Doge is back from 40 cents to 36 cents. Solana's from 215 to 197. Bitcoin went from 101 to 98 or 97,000.
I saw it hit 102, 103 yesterday.
Drop right back down. XRP is at 235, 230. Took a nice dip. So
I think. All right. You want my unprofessional opinion?
Absolutely.
It's gonna dip until about week and a half. It's gonna dip until Trump's in office, and then everything's gonna go up.
And you think just like that, and that's gonna be that simple?
No, I mean, what's gonna happen is it's gonna rise again. It's gonna climb.
So do you think there'll be any more corrections? Corrections mean big drops, over 10%, and one market day.
Yeah.
You think there will be?
April.
Oh, interesting. Well, no, because that one, I'm talking about before the boom, because it can't correct if it booms.
I'm not saying it's gonna boom when Trump gets into office. I'm saying it's gonna be steady for a while, and then it's gonna drop, and then I want to say during the summertime it's gonna boom.
Interesting. I think the other way around. I think that right now it's gonna build up all the momentum it can until about March or April. The first quarter is gonna end. There's gonna be a really nice dump off right before summer. It's gonna not dump, but it's gonna take a nice hit right before summer. It's going to hold that mark, and about the beginning or middle of the third quarter, I think, is that when you're going to slowly start to see it rise back up. And then at the end of 2025, beginning of 2026, is I think you'll see, in my opinion, a 3x from where we're at right now.
That'd be nice.
In my opinion.
That'd be great.
Because with how much, I want people to research this for anyone who's watching, listening. Look into how much crypto the government owns. And what cryptos they own. And what cryptos they own. It's very interesting to watch. It's very interesting to see how they buy it and when they sell it. And on top of it, just a little fun fact for you: they buy it with mine and your dollar.
Oh yeah.
With our tax dollars.
And some other fun fact: they own a meme coin.
A lot of them.
A lot of them.
They own Shiba.
A ton of it.
They own PP or Pepe. They own
Dogecoin.
Yeah, they own Doge.
I think those are only 3. They own the major ones.
Yeah.
They don't own they're not going to.
I'm sure they have sub wallets of fucking chill guy. No, I'm joking.
I mean, let's be honest. With enough strings pulled, they could have every single wallet they want.
Literally.
So.
Literally.
Maybe they're the ones stealing all these Coinbase accounts lately. The big dollars in them.
Eric, bring us into that a little bit. You were telling me about this because it's something I've known about for a while.
It seems like every day now, though. Something's
but
going
it seems like a big problem right now. I think what it is that a lot of people are trying to get quick rich, and it's costing them everything.
Yeah.
They're getting onto these platforms where they're like signing up for these wallets, or they're finding people that are like, just send me your wallet, because that's the thing is that like, it's not like Cash App or Venmo or PayPal where if I just send you my username, you can't do anything with it. You need to be actually in my account. But once I have your wallet address, I have more than half the shit that I need.
For the right person, it's easy from there.
Because that's the thing. Your wallet it's a wallet. If you hand someone else your wallet that you don't know,
and it's public information.
It is.
It is. With enough research behind it, you can find anyone.
Well, it's not even that. It's also with enough money, right? That's why all these big accounts are getting targeted, because I forget what's the site called, but there is a site that literally
track people's wallets.
Every person's trade. It shows you this guy just bought 8,000 Ethereum. This guy just sold 2,000 Ethereum. Dex Screener. You just sit on Dex Screener all fucking day and you wait for someone to buy $80,000 worth of fucking Bitcoin. You're like,
it gives you an address.
Yeah, too. You save the whole address and you just start spamming them from every account.
To Soul Screen, and then from Soul Screen you can get
anything. And that's the thing right now. The biggest scam is this UPS package shit. It's so simple,
which is crazy.
I know, and it's so simple because all it takes is you to click the link. Because it takes. The main thing right now that people need to understand is all the scams take advantage. Take advantage of your fears. You know, of your what is it called? Of your
They take advantage of your weakness.
Yeah, your weaknesses, I guess you could say. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And they put you in a position where you're vulnerable. They're vulnerable moments, right? Where you're like...
That's why it's old people.
It's not even old people. Like, because my sister's husband, it happened to him a week before Christmas. And that's exactly why he fell for it. Because he did have a package coming that was late. And they hit him with the UPS, your package is lost, click this link to, like, you know, submit your claim.
Look at the number. It was probably from an email address.
But that's the point. It's instinct. You're a week before Christmas. The last thing that you need is your wife doesn't have her gift, and that you spend X amount of dollars on. I don't give a fuck what link this is. Click it. That's how it works. It's the same thing. Because like with the older people, they AI your voice now. Mom, is that you? I need help. I'm stuck. Your daughter's not even talking to you, or your son, or whoever. That's the whole thing's a recording.
Someone we know posted a picture or a video of an old lady at a Bitcoin machine not too long
ago. Oh yeah!
At like 4 or 5 different spots.
Yeah, he kept trying to help her out.
Kept trying to help her, and she wouldn't listen to him because the guy on the phone was manipulating her.
Yeah, and he's like, "No, you have to do this. You have to." You know, finish us off on that crypto, and I'll hop into one more thing.
Basically, I've been seeing on the Reddit searches that a lot of people's wallets have been getting stolen.
Yes.
And what I mean by that is everything is getting transferred out of their wallets throughout the middle of the night.
Yep.
They'll have $40,000 in Bitcoin missing. They'll have, and they can't figure out why or what's going on with their wallet. Because as most people know, my account, I'm not going to say it actually, but a lot of accounts have wallet phrases.
Yeah.
That you need to get into.
Absolutely.
And it's an 8-word
20.
phrase. Some of them 8, some of them 20, some of them 12, some of them whatever. Some of them don't even have a wallet phrase.
Mm-hmm.
Long story short is most of these wallets that are getting stolen have a pretty big wallet phrase. So people are trying to figure out how they're getting stolen with the wallet phrase.
Right.
Come to find out, it seems like people are, because on Coinbase Wallet, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, but you can search on the internet through Coinbase Wallet and connect like OpenSea to it, or these other platforms where you can connect to your Coinbase
that's how they're doing
wallet.
Yeah. Wow. So it's just a supplement. That's what I was saying to you, that I think that it's a lot of people just trying to get rich quick and doing stupid shit. So they're going on like OpenSea or shit like that, or on Pump.fun.
Yeah.
And they're just clicking on the first crypto that they see. And
correct. Like for instance, like my Phantom wallet is connected to Dex Screener and Pump.fun because you can buy coins through it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like we just said, Dex Screener.
Yeah.
You can see my address right through that. And you can rob my Phantom wallet. You're gonna get 42 cents.
No, but but it's only worth it like this, right? When someone like you buys a million Chill Guy for like $1,000.
That's what I'm saying.
And then like they watch Chill Guy finally hits like 10 cents. Your $1,000 is now 100,000. You're gonna sell it, transfer it,
and then
they're just waiting for your account for it to hit.
Yeah.
So you made it as easy as possible because you're already gonna convert it into whatever crypto. You're gonna take the gas fee, everything.
It's crazy. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
It really is. That's one more thing I want to hop into. what I'm really afraid of, Eric, is that we haven't seen anything about it yet, and this is in the crypto world. So what a lot of people don't know is that originally for you to find or to gain a crypto, it had to be mined. And to mine a crypto, it was either to do a task, complete a puzzle. Like there was a lot of different ways you could do it back in the day. It was kind of like a mini game in a sense.
Right.
And that's what I'm afraid of, is that there's gonna be the craziest mining like server crash ever. That someone's gonna send out some kind of server message that's like boost your servers or whatever. You know, some stupid, like obviously this is way exaggerated.
Someone from Russia taking everyone's shit.
No, literally though, it's gonna be like someone sending out like a spam message, and they're gonna be like, "Yo, you have to switch your server to this channel. They're no longer gonna work. The feds are gonna find you." Everyone switches to that server. That guy owns that whole server, and then he just fucking wipes everyone's account. Yeah, literally right there. One button, just everyone pulls.
So that's the only scary thing about crypto.
It's because it's so wide, but it's so manipulatable, and it's such a small basket. It's not like it's controlled by a government.
It's a lose-lose situation.
It really is. I think in 20 to 50 years, it'll be the demise of our.
Scary because you can lose everything really quickly like that. It's not really, and it's scary if it gets regulated either. Because if it goes regulated, then we're all fucked. The government owns it all, and then it's not going to be what it is.
It's pointless.
Yeah.
And that defeats the whole point
it's
of
crypto. It's a lose-lose situation.
No, but that defeats the whole point of crypto, because the crypto is supposed to be demonetized and non-traceable.
It's a lose-lose situation, like I said.
Absolutely. Anything else you want to touch on before we hop out of here?
Welcome to 2025.
Cheers. God bless y'all. We're happy to be back. We got a lot more to touch base on. We got a lot more coming.
This is season 2, episode 1.
I like it. We have the Vikings playing against the Rams this weekend. We have the Houston Texans playing against the I can't remember off the top of my head. Commanders. Oh, I don't think so.
No, the Bills played the Commanders. Well, we have some good games
check it
this
out.
week.
Yeah, a lot of games.
They're right here.
Boom. And most importantly, we got the bye. Lions got the bye. And so we will take a rest. And with that being said, we will see you guys next week.
See ya.